Welcome back, everybody. We're in for another good week at Austin's Automotive. Here we're still working on the El Camino. Want to clear up a couple things on the air ride, and then we're gonna move on to interior and air conditioning. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for you guys' support. Let's dive into it. All right, so the air ride. You know, a couple questions on that. You know, it's working fine. We do need to upsize that line, and I think, you know, once the vehicle's running, good battery, all that good stuff, I don't think that compressor is going to be an issue. I did twin up a couple batteries and run it for a while. Everything seems to be running fine. It's working good, so I'm pretty happy. The only issue we got, maybe some of you guys caught in the last video, is the right rear corner is lifting just a little bit quicker and lowering a little quicker than any of the others, but it also has the shortest line going straight to the compressor. So I think we're going to pop that off, and we're going to run just a little extra line, maybe throw a loop in it. That way we can hopefully level all that out. I knew that there might be a little bit of a chance of that being too wide so hopefully we're trying to minimize that. We'll see after we drive it. Hopefully it works out. I'm sure it will. So other than that, what do we have? We had some scrap metal that I had laying around, just some 1/4 inch plate. Nothing big, guys. You know, you can find that stuff pretty easy. It's a lot of guys just give it to you, or you know, it's pretty cheap to just get some drop at the, you know, the fab shops or whatever. And then, you know, that's everything: the tank, the compressor, the fittings, all that good stuff. And I tried to look around locally, and it was way easier on Amazon just to kind of order everything off there. Yeah, I know, so it works. Pretty happy with it. Any other questions? Comment down below, let us know. It's working though. Pretty excited. We did have like 30-40 bucks in miscellaneous farm supply, fittings, and all that good stuff, and then we had like the 760 bucks through Amazon. So yeah, 800 bucks, pretty excited. We did round it up just a little bit, so try it on y'all's ride. You know, I'd never done it before. It kind of, you know, not really scared me, but I don't know, it kind of did, I guess, in the same token. But now that I've done it, no fear of it at all. I'd air ride anything, so I'm pretty excited about it. Let's dive into probably the next bad decision. AC. So we've got the whole other side of that cubby hole, and well, I got a little bit of a cracky idea, I guess. We're gonna do a 5,000 BTU AC unit. Yep, that's for your house. 110 volt. Yeah, I know. It's a little. What the heck are you got? What are you thinking, man? I know. Well, I've seen it running down the interstate more than once on some vans and stuff like that. And I did a little research on the internet, and it does seem like it could work pretty well for a fella. So they're pretty inexpensive. And now let's just think about this. If we were to do it the right way, if we just bought just the compressor for the engine on Amazon, I found them on there. They got some pretty nice chrome jobs, cheap. It was under 150 bucks. Whole unit. And you know what those do? They bog down the old small block, especially when you're idling around in shows and stuff like that. Just makes them hot. And then we got to get, you know, a condenser, and we got to get a dryer, and we got to get lines and fittings, and we got to try to plumb it all, or buy a kit, which is expensive, and then we got to plumb it into the dash and or do an under dash, and you know, just seems like a lot of time. I measured this one up on Amazon. It looks like I thought maybe I could squeeze an inch out of this thing and compact her down a little bit. They compact them really well. That's what it is. So had some more cracky ideas, and I kind of went butchery on the old floor pan. We'll get into that. But yeah, you know, the benefits of this, I think, you know, it's not going to be bogging down our engine. It seems to blow out a pile of cold air, and it's down that cubby hole. So I mean, what else are we going to do in that cubby hole? I mean, just make a junk hole. I mean, I don't know, why not have some AC in there? Heck, I don't know, it was cheap, like I say, and the biggest thing is, you know, you gotta invert it to 12 volt. So, yes, that would be, you know, 100, 150 bucks. I found them on Amazon. They're not too expensive. Luckily, I already had one from a prior project, so I consider it a free bonus. I know it works, brand new. So we're gonna use it on this project. Let's take a look at my butchery. All right, so like I say, I went full retardo here and just butchered her with a hammer. And then it split. And then I was like, well, it splits, now I'm gonna have to weld it. I might as well just slice it and just cut it open a little bit. And yeah, that's where we're here. And I thought, you know, I've butchered this enough. I thought I was just gonna tap and get it to fit down in there and then start filming for you guys. Once I started butchering her to heck, I thought I better grab you guys and show you what I'm butchering. So that's what we're doing. So anyways, as you can see, it fits in there pretty decent, actually. I'm not unhappy, but it still needs to go down a little bit more. So I think, you know, instead of just messing around, just whittling a little way and just beating it to heck, I'm gonna end up redoing this anyways. So we might as well just cut all this out and just get it over with, and just accept the fact that we're gonna have to redo this floor pan. So is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's still, man, it's still a heck of an idea. I sure hope it works out. Kinda cracky, I know, but let's move past it, and it's gonna work. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. All right, well, we're back at it this morning. We got an old piece of sheet metal, just something I had laying around down at the other building, so grabbed it. It's just about big enough, I think, so we're just going to put this in the metal brake and kind of fold our edges up, kind of make us a pan to set down in there, and then once we kind of get it to fit this air conditioner, we'll kind of work with what we need to in there. So pretty simple. I'm just yeah, just kind of gonna eyeball her here and just give her some bends. I'm not going to make this too difficult. This is all I got. It's just like an old pan from something. I don't know. I don't even know how I got it, but I got it. So yeah, just gonna put a little, looks like about a 1 inch and 1/8 there bead. You know, we'll just break that up. That should allow us to still get a little ventilation in there. And we'll break these sides up. Should be pretty easy. See how it fits. Well, I'll be like a glove. I mean, just almost like we wanted it that way. All right, well, it's in there anyhow, so let's see how this fits the old car. I think, yeah, we will be covering up a little bit of this venting, but I really don't think that that's going to be too much of an issue. I still think we've got all this here. We might just drill some speed holes in here maybe for some ventilation. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just drill some holes in here. Mark that out. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think I want to drill them yet. Just in case that's coming. Yeah, we'll just wait. I really don't think that that's going to be an issue. We could drill some speed holes in it, but I don't think we're going to. Let's see how it fits in there. Okay, well, I just went ahead and threw another quick bend on the other side, as you can see. But I think I don't know why that won't work. I think that's what we're gonna do. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Looks pretty good to me. I'm pretty happy. Seam sealed, undercoated. Shall work. We're gonna leave that hole there so we can let the heat blow out, get a little fresh air. So I think it'll work. We'll find out. Alright, so I need a couple things before we can continue on with our AC. So I think the next thing we're going to start working on is, I haven't officially told you guys, but I've talked about it a couple times, is a console. So we don't have anything. Climb in here. And, you know, our dash, I like it, looks good, it's clean. Somebody at one time apparently had some AC in here. We're gonna get rid of that. Just try to fill the holes. And we're gonna get rid of the original stereo. And I think we're just gonna fill that. I'm not for sure what we're gonna do there yet. Got a little dash repair. We got a little repair up here to do. But really it's pretty good in here. But we wanna put a modern radio in it. And you know, we got one with the backup camera. I'll show you guys some of the stuff we got here. We got some cup holders, you know, we definitely want to put in here. Our seats do have some nice armrests, but I'd like to get some cup holders in up here. And, you know, just your radio maybe. You know, we got to get the modern functions, you know, the USB ports and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're going to work on that. So I'm going to show you guys how to build your own console on the dirt cheap. Alright, well, this is our interior upgrade package. So, we'll start off with what we're going to need for our console. So I just picked up some cup holders from Amazon. They got some drain holes on them already for your, you know, your water condensation and all that good stuff. Stainless steel, they look good, whatever. They'll work. So we got those, pretty universal. Then we did pick up a inexpensive car stereo. What I really like about it though is it's got a built-in backup camera, so that was kind of the main sell on it. And you know, it's got all your modern stuff, you know, you can go ahead and do all that, your Bluetooth, and you know, it's got all the apps and all that good stuff. So whatever, kind of neat. Hopefully it works good. Then we've got your USB charger and cigarette lighter charger, because it seems like we're always needing that for phone chargers or whatever if we go anywhere. And I figure anybody's gonna like that. So that's what I got. And what I really like about this is this car just has a, you know, just a generator light, battery light, temp light, oil light. So there's not a lot of gauges in here. So this gives me a volt gauge, digital volt gauge right in it. So I really like that option. Be right in our center console, especially with our air tank, and now we've got our AC, our power inverter going on there, and you know, whatever other electronics, we kind of keep an eye on that. So that's nice. Then we got our air gauge for our, you know, air ride. Got to put that in there. Then we kind of get into the fun stuff. So got us a steering wheel adapter. This steering wheel, I come across this thing on Amazon. and I really, I don't know, I thought it was pretty darn cool. Something I didn't even know they made. So check that out. It's an acrylic steering wheel. I didn't even know they made such a thing. Such a cool thing. I've got a couple of Pontiacs, and they've got, you know, colored acrylic steering wheels. A lot of the old, you know, 60s cars did, and you know, you just don't see that much anymore. And I thought, man, that is so freaking cool. Supposedly the center, from what it says, is aluminum. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tested it with anything. I really haven't messed with it much. Just pulled it out of the package and fingered it, you know, is all I've done. But I'd like to see if maybe I can't, you know, buff off some of this bluing and see if I can't get her all shiny, chrome-like, and/or we may just paint the center. I'm not a big fan of the color changing thing here, but I'm really a fan of that. Super cool. So that's going to be our steering wheel, and then of course they got a pretty cool gear shift knob to match. So definitely a fan of that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm not also a fan of the color down here, but we'll either, you know, paint to match it or something. We'll do something cool with it. Super excited about it though, and like dirt cheap. This thing was like, what was it, like 70 bucks, 75 bucks? None of this stuff was too expensive. Hopefully we can put up kind of a group photo of what all this stuff costs. The only thing with the steering wheel is I've been waiting on this thing for months. It come from somewhere overseas, took forever. It was cheap, but it took a while to get here, so if you were in a hurry, wouldn't recommend it. But I've been waiting on her, and I ordered this a while ago. Super stoked for the price. So, and then the center console. So this is what we're gonna make our center console out of, guys. This is just some round rod, nothing special. I had a friend once pick this up for me at the scrapyard. Really appreciate that, because I'm still using on it, and I will continue to keep using on it. So we'll make up a center console out of this. We're just going to bend something up, and then we're going to cover in fiberglass, and hopefully paint it up cool. So let's get started. All right, well, got our seats set up. I mean, I'm fully extended to press that gas pedal. I got room to go back, so this car could be set up for a big boy. I'm not a small one myself, so. All right, well, I think you know, you got to get your beverage easily. So I think we're probably gonna want those down in here, huh? I think we want them up elevated just a little bit though, because our armrest is here, you know. That's pretty comfy. So I think we're gonna want those up here. And then we gotta think of our air conditioning. We gotta have some ductwork go through here, so that's our other purpose of our console. So we're gonna throw some cup holders here, and throw a car radio, maybe throw it up here, huh? I think so. So this is our tubing, or our rod. Pretty simple here, I think. Let's see how this works. I don't think it's going to be long enough. Well, I'm just going to loop this baby in half, or eyeball it maybe. What we're going to do is we're just going to eyeball it. Really, I don't have a plan. We're just winging it here, guys. I kind of got an idea what I want it to look like, but that's the best part about doing this stuff. You can do whatever you want. It's your car. And, well, do what fits you. So, looky there, I think we got to start. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, well, you can see I got the seats pulled. This one's loose. I just kind of figured my big butt's gonna keep it from getting any sparks on it. So I took that chance. It looks like we worked out okay. Yeah, just kind of wanted to get that tacked in there. So we can we gotta have something to work with. So now that that's kind of stationary, we'll end up whacking this back out of here later, but we gotta have something to kind of hold it, like I say. So I think we can pop a couple of those in there. We got options, but I think that's gonna be about the most comfortable. I like it anyhow. So I got our radio. All I've done is popped her open like that. I haven't even popped it all the way open. I did kind of want to save a little bit of this for you guys because this was a pretty inexpensive radio, and yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of surprised. There's your little backup camera, you know, little tool, even comes with a roll black tape. I mean, come on now. Probably no good, but hey, it's free, I guess. Come with it, so we'll try it. Here's our radio. I like how these modern, you know, back when I was a teenager, putting stereos in, they used to be a lot bigger, you know, now they've really compacted them. I like that. It's nice. It's a nice radio. Alright, well, I think just pop that down there, something like that. I don't really want to go hacking up the dash and try to, yeah, I just don't think it's going to look right in there. I think down here would look good anyways. Just, I don't know, surely this got something around. Well, they make it pretty easy to mount. So I think we'll kind of pop that up there like that. So what we need to do is really we need to build a little box for this to set in out of our round rod here, basically something like that. We'll just run it along it. So we've got some kind of metal. So yeah, let's make that. Alright, well, we got our frame made, worked out pretty good. So once we get this finished out, it'll give us a nice reveal. So I'm thinking know, something about like that, maybe. I can see it pretty good from there, so yeah, I'm thinking we just do something kind of simple. Ought to grab a tape and figure out center of this. That'd be wise, huh? Well, I like that. I think we just do it about like that. Even go a little further. Go a little further. Alright. So, got a couple other rods here. Pretty simple. Just bend her with my finger. So, I think, and I just kind of eyeballed it too, so we're going to see together if it's going to work. I'm thinking. Oh yeah. That'll work. We need a little bit of wiggle room to get that radio out of there. But I'd also like to get our console kicking back, so I think that'll work. Aww. That won't though. Alright, well, kind of got her mocked up, tacked in. We got clearance all the way around, so anytime your armrest is down, if you kind of fall over onto this, I think we're going to do a little lid and a little padding, so hopefully they'll end up about the same height. Yeah, get our cup holders up here, pop those in, clearing, yeah, we're clearing just fine, so should work. Keep on moving. Alright, well now we got to work on our air conditioning duct to go into our console. So this is what I kind of got going, is some PVC. I figure that'll kind of work, and then we can connect onto it with some flex duct. But hoping to kind of seal this into the foam in there. I'll show you guys as we get a little further, but that's what we're doing. Alright, next day, check her out. I had this kind of supporting her, and she's nice and solid now, so I'm kind of moving the whole thing. So, we are going to end up running this bad boy up to the dash. That's kind of why I ended up sneaking a grommet in there, and we're running the wires out here. We're going to run a harness on up. But for now, oh yeah, she's working. She's putting out some healthy air. So I think we're gonna run a little flex, probably tee it, probably run a vent out here so it's pumping air straight up, and then we're gonna run a vent down and out here so it's kind of blowing on your feet. I think it'll be plenty to keep this little cab cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get the console, go ahead and get it glassed up. So I think we're done with modifications, but I do want to go ahead and get this hinge here welded on. This just a simple door hinge I had laying around at the other shop, so grabbed it. We're just gonna weld that on there, and then I grabbed a scrap chunk of wood, just a 1x6 here. I'll end up ripping down by the time we're done for our lid. The rest of this will all get fiberglass. So let's go ahead and get that welded on, get moving today. Alright, well, the only thing we really had left was mounting the radio in. It does fit snugly, hasn't fallen out yet, but it just made us a quick little mount here, really simple. It's just out of the same tubing, just a scrap piece, and I just welded a couple washers to it. One to kind of rest our back, and pop her in. And you can see, just kind of cradles the back here. I can kind of bend it over just a little bit. There you go. It kind of sits. There we go. We're setting center there, and it's got good pressure on it. So if anything, we could always tweak this bar, you know, if we need just a little bit more pressure. But to be honest, I don't see the radio going anywhere, fitting in there pretty good. So I'd call that a wrap. Let's go ahead and get her skinned. All right, I'd say now we're on to the fun stuff. So there's a lot of different ways to go about this. We're going to cover it in fiberglass. You know, a guy could sheet this in with metal and body work it. Oh boy, would that take a lot of time. Sure could. Or, you know, you could, I've done some sub boxes back in the day. You know, you just kind of, I didn't make them out of metal, I made them out of wood, but if you just kind of want to make these nice contours and stuff, you get some fabric, you can kind of stretch over this. And you know, you can kind of get her done that way. I think the easiest way on this job is going to be leftover boxes. So I think we'll just sheet this in with some cardboard, and then we'll just lay our fiberglass sheeting over it. It's going to be quite a job, a messy job, but let's get it done. Alright, what do you guys think? I jumped ahead, got her all sheeted, I left the bottom open, I got the front all done, taped her up. What do you think? Go to spray paint, she'll look just fine. I'm just kidding, guys, come on now. So this just kind of gives us something to layer fiberglass matting to. Like I say, you could pull upholstery, you could make this out of wood. I just feel like it's a little easier to make it out of the round rod. In the end, I think it's a little stronger than, you know, say just building it out of like some 1x or 3/4 inch MDF is what most guys would use. I just think this is a little bit more rigid. And like I say, doing it this way with the cardboard, I just feel like, I don't know, it's gonna be a little easier. We'll see. We're just gonna cover it in fiberglass matting. But anyhow, pretty simple. We just kind of cut her out, taped it. Easy peasy. Got us a little chunk of 1x6 for the lid. It's gonna go on like so. I don't know, what more does the guy need? We'll drill out the cup holders after we get it all fiberglassed. Radio fits in there still snug. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and notch this out to sit over the hinge so we don't have to have the hinge exposed like that. I'm going to back her up over the hinge like that. So I'm gonna have to cove some of this out a little bit. And then I also believe, oh, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I think I do. I think I want to cove out. I think I also want to cove out on the front, a little bit of a finger slot around the corners, all that good stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, we're just about ready for fiberglass. Wanted to give you one final look. Got the door on, got her all finger slotted out, worked out good. Got our notch in there for our hinge. You do still see the hinge a little bit, but you know, it's just the way it's got to be. So that's fine. Did go ahead and knock out a little piece of cardboard to make us a cubby hole, because the plan is, like I said before, we're gonna pop out a AC vent here in the back, and then we'll tee it, run a tube underneath of this, and then we've got our radio wiring and all that good stuff. So this gives us a little bit of room in there, and then our cup holders, and then we'll pop the AC vent out here. So yeah, that's kind of the underneath of it. Basically, all the cardboard is doing is holding the fiberglass matting that we're putting on. So this is just a cloth, and when you soak it in the resin, it gets heavy and it doesn't like to hold its shape very well, especially if we were to go from here to here, you'd end up with a drooping, and then you just got to come back with filler and fill that. So I don't know, I just think this would be a lot easier. Cardboard, give you something hard to lay it against. Should work out good. I'm not for sure if we're going to end up covering this with material or we're going to end up painting it. My initial thought was cover it in material. The more I got sanding on it, I may just paint it to match the console. So we'll see at a later time, but for now, this is what I'm using. Just some fiberglass resin. This Bondo brand, just what the local parts store carries. I had a gallon jug and it sprung a hole in it. So I ended up moving some quart jugs, and then I've got a bunch of this matting. So like I say, pretty easy. Let's get started putting this stuff on. All right, this is our matting, and comes in a big old sheet. We're gonna cut her down into strips. Oh, I just kind of go with the fold lines, and then we're gonna kind of run them down again into a little bit smaller chunks. Now you can work with as big a chunk as you want, really. I mean, there's probably no wrong way to do it, I guess. You could take that whole chunk and lay it across, you know, a big chunk of a car if you wanted. When you get fiberglass on it, it just gets really hard to deal with, or the resin, I mean. And I don't know, just smaller pieces seem to work better. And if you put a couple layers on there like we're going to, it's just fine. So, in my experience anyways. So I would highly recommend wearing gloves. This stuff is definitely hard to get off your skin. But, like I say, it's not too bad. Just kind of put her in there, mix her around. Comes out like that. Nice gooey mess. That's what you want it to look like. Nice and covered. And you just layer in there piece by piece by piece. Lots of pieces. Never once did I say this is quick. I think it's quicker than doing it out of metal. You'd still have to make all these little pieces of sheet metal, then weld them together. And you probably have to body work it in the end, just like we're gonna have to. So, I don't know, I think it's quicker. we got our first coat on, and I know it looks like a mess, and that's because it is. Go a little easier if I was trying to do like one side at a time. I'm trying to rush it and do it all. I'm gonna have to lay it on its side and do these sides, so it'll turn out a little bit better, but yeah, it's what it is. Lay a bunch of coats on, keep shaping it up. More coats, the stronger it is, the thicker that fiberglass matting is. So we're gonna let that one dry up good. I'm gonna run to town and get some more, keep laying them on. All right, we're back at it. Luckily we got a beautiful day today. So I went ahead and did the second coat. Didn't figure I needed to bore you guys with that. It's the same as, so just go ahead and got another one on there. That's what she looks like. She's still far from pretty, but as you can see, I just pricked myself there. Got a lot of little sharp edges and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get it smoothed up, and then we're gonna go ahead and start putting filler on it. That will be when it really starts taking shape. All right, we got her all buzzed down, smoothed up good enough. It's roughed up enough. You don't have to worry about every single tiny little nook and cranny on this stuff. At least I haven't had any problems that way. So today we're going to be using U-Pole 1 fill. I like this stuff, works pretty good. My only complaint about this stuff is it does take a little bit more time to dry. And I'm not too concerned. It's a nice day out here. I've got some other stuff I'm going to try to do. So if this takes a little bit to dry, that's fine. But you know, if we're really trying to get going on stuff and we're just wanting to get moving, and you know, we're just trying to get a lot of Bondo work done, I found that this can slow things up. So you end up standing around waiting on it to dry. It does sand very nice though. Is one of the reasons I'm going to use it on this, just because it sands nice. So let's get a whole bunch mixed up. We're going to cover this thing head to toe with a pretty good healthy coat. So if we don't put it on, you know, we don't have it there to sand off, so you got to put it on. I got to put a nice heavy coat on, hope to sand this down and pretty well get her knocked out in one coat. I'd like to just do one good coat and then maybe do some touch-ups and put her in prime. So let's see how it goes. All right, well, we're on to the final coats of the console. I'm just waiting on it to dry. So I want to jump on to kind of the last part of the interior here, this big old eyesore. So I want to get rid of that. And then we got a little bit of cracking here. There's a little bit over there. And then in here's pretty good, but we got one little spot there. So you can take care of that. So, how do we take care of that? We could just buy new dash pad. You guys, if you haven't caught onto my drift yet, I'm kind of a cheap guy, so it's not what we're looking at doing. I've never repaired one of these dash pads before like this. Typically in the past, I've kind of maybe put some fur up here. That was maybe a first option. Still may end up being an option because I like that look, to be honest. But I thought about putting some fur up here. It's a good option to get rid of that. You know, I'm gonna try the old body filler trick. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube, guys trying it, guys having good luck. So let's see what kind of luck we can have with it. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is kind of hit these big areas, these big cracks, smooth them out. And then we'll prepare them for some body filler. I'm not for sure what we're going to get into here yet. Got our little 2-inch roll-lock 36 grit, so you can't tear it. All right, well, you guys seen it. I just 36 gritted it and then hit it with some 80 grit on the palm sander. Let's put some filler on it and see what happens. Just kind of widened everything out, leveled it out as much as I can. I'm gonna try to put some filler on that and hold it down so it stays flat. We'll see how it works. Should be fine. Let's try it. All right, we got our 3M Premium Plus body filler. Going to town. As you can see, I did get some weights. Get her held down, hopefully, till it dries. All right, what do y'all think? Turned out pretty good. Still got a little bit of a bulge here, but you know, it was there before, and time the windshield's in, I don't think you'll see that down there. You know, is what it is. Looks better than it did. We don't have all these big nasty cracks anymore, and the speaker's deleted. I think it looks pretty good, so we'll just shoot a little primer on that next time we get the primer out. I think's what we're gonna do. And jumping in here, check out our console, guys. That looks pretty good. So I had just a couple little tiny spots over here, nothing big. And then we had that kind of that big corner down here that was really broke off. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Looks pretty good. Our console in. Got our cubby hole. Whoop. All right, so we're just gonna simply drill some holes, pop those in. I'm gonna do that later, but pretty simple deal. I don't think I need to show you guys how to drill holes. That's pretty simple. Picked these up on Amazon. Also picked up these universal air ducts. So they pop open here and then they rotate also. So they're just kind of black plastic, and then they just, oh sorry guys, this is awful tough to do one-handed. They just got a thread on retainer cap on the back. So pretty simple deal. Just drill a hole, pop her through, and then whoop, we got our flexible duct. Just picked that up on Amazon also. So we'll just pop that on there and we can run that up to our air conditioner. We're just gonna pop this in, maybe pop it in down here. So we got one up in here. Then I'm also planning on maybe popping one back here. So I think that'll be plenty. Let me know what you all think. I'm pretty pleased with it. Again, this is our AC setup. It's all done, runs right through there. We'll just hook our ducking on there, run her up. We'll just tee it here for that. Easy guys, I think anybody can do it. We don't hardly have any money invested in this project, and really cleans up the interior, makes it a little bit more custom. I think it's gonna be good. And on an El Camino here, there's a shelf that comes out. We're just gonna end up running some sheeting down here, some door panel material or something, you know, to cover all this up. So all this will be hidden. So, you know, if you guys got any questions about that, that is my future plan. But I think we're gonna save all that until after we get the rest of the body work and paint and the dust and dirt, get this thing painted and shiny, and then we'll finish up this interior. So I don't think there's any sense in getting it dirty before we clean it. So, well, I think that's it. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. It's been another crazy couple weeks, guys. Really apologize. I'm sure this episode is just going to be all over the place. What did we get done? We got our Redneck AC in there. I think it's going to work just fine, though, honestly. It's kind of a cheap idea, basically, but I really think it's coming along. Got our tubes in there. It really blows pretty good. We are going to, I don't know if I mentioned, but we are going to move that switch up into the dash, so it'll be more like factory. You know, I think it's going to work. What the hey, you know, we're in it a couple $100. If it don't work, you know, guy could always put regular old AC on it. And then we got our console. You know, again, what do we got in that thing? Nothing. Scrap, piece of wood, some scrap steel, a little bit of fiberglass I had left over. What, I mean, if a guy had to go buy this stuff, what do you got? A couple $100 there in materials, maybe a good weekend, and we made our own custom console. You could go to the swap meet, get a used one that you got to restore for a couple $100, you know. So I think we had more fun with that, and it's custom. You know, our dash pad, same way. We saved ourselves some coin. What did we spend? Not even a quart of Bondo, just nothing. It was so cheap. Very inexpensive thing, very fun to do. Glad I did it. Check out our side pipes too. They finally come in the mail. Super excited about that. They were supposed to be here a while ago. What do you smell on me, buddy? Pretty excited about it though. They look really good on there. That's what we're going to run for exhaust. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but that's what we're doing. So yeah, we didn't make it to the show. Wish we could have. But they were supposed to be here before the show, so we wouldn't have got her complete anyhow. It is what it is. I want to take a little bit more time on this old girl. She's really turning out to be nice. I really just kind of getting burned out on it, and we really just need to get paint put on it. That's really the biggest hurdle. So I really just need to get the rest of it knocked out, ready for paint. Once we get her paint, we're back to final assembly. We'll touch up, you know, the rest of the interior and all that stuff after we get it painted. So Thanks for following along, guys. Really appreciate it. If you didn't check out our new project we picked up last week, go check that one out. Again, appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Really hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it, guys. See you next time.